using a scrim. It's actually impossible. It's sort of a miracle of science.
Yeah, it's a new mode in the arcade, I think. Everyone wins. Everyone gets loot boxes. Everyone wins scrims. Temple of Anubis. Anubis, of course, the god of death. Tied up 1-1 here. It's eUnited versus 1-2-3, and I mean, yeah, the money would be good, but 1-2-3 just making a statement. Of course, they would like to get a sponsor so that they, you know, I think the cash that they would get from just the Contender series would be nice, but you want that monthly salary, that income here.
1-2-3 has been turning heads with their performance in this tournament here so far. And again, we talked about it earlier, but they are absolutely playing with the house money, where even if they don't win another map here, the fact that they got to the grand finals and took a map off eUnited would be huge. But they've proven they can bloody eUnited.
Yeah.
Now I feel like 1-2-3 has to be feeling very amped about their chances, and eUnited, perhaps not so much.
They did just win a map, and this is one of their best game modes, so I think we're going to see the mettle of eUnited tested here. As we were correct, Boombox will be running the Sombra on defense. This is about as standard as an Anubis defense as you can get now. They're going to shoot a Sonic Arrow just to make sure. Yeah, there was that game where teams were fighting up here, which they didn't work out well, but I guess you might as well check for it while you're into it. Offensively, 1-2-3. This is one thing that does frighten me a little bit about them, is they don't seem to have a ton of versatility. 1-2-3 is running their comp.
1-2-3 not being able to come in with a Genji is a little bit disheartening, especially given how good Genji is on Anubis. And I don't really think they're going to be all that apt to swap to some of the other off heroes that you might see. But they're going up the gut here with a standard composition, and it works.
Yeah.
Well, why change things up, Hex, when things are working so well for them here as they catch eUnited off guard? And there was nothing flashy about it. They went up the gut, focus fired, that was it. Snillo does great.
Deep analysis, they walked towards the point. They shot their guns. They were able to kill the other team. It was pretty good. They're going to have... I mean, that fight happened so quickly and so one-sided. They're not even going to have ults up for the next fight. Like they should push because they know that there's probably not going to be an EMP at the very least. But it's going to be a rough one. They might as well just do exactly what they just did.
Kind of feels like congratulations, you played yourself. But... regardless, they are going to be going forward here. At least they know that if they don't have ultimates, neither does eUnited. Oh. And they're moving in. They get the pulse bomb stick. And even though they're down one, now down two.
Down three.
It's over.
Yeah,
it's gone. It's not good anymore.
Hey, they have a chance, and it's gone. All right, so now they know they have to push into EMPs, and this is where 1-2-3 has been strong of not wasting ults, things like that. It was interesting on Route 66. It was a bit of a staring contest where they're trying to bait each other into using ultimates. As we said, that they're both very aware of their economic situation. They've been trying to play around those things, and Boombox gonna have this EMP loaded up. They know it. They're gonna have to try to play around it. Transcendence at the ready for Bach.
Well, for 1-2-3, the question here is that now that you know these ultimates are up, do you even invest support ultimates here? And the answer should be no. And especially with Bach going down, it should really be no. I don't think they're gonna use a sound barrier. Yeah. But the problem is that eUnited doesn't really have a reason to use anything else here either. They don't even force out the EMPs, so that fight is pretty much a total win from the perspective of eUnited.
That's the problem, is they know what each other's trying to do. 1-2-3 is trying to bait out the EMP, and eUnited knows that, so they're going to hold on to most of their stuff. Of course, pulse bombs you can throw out willy-nilly, but this is just who blinks first at this point.
And right now, for 1-2-3, now that they have 5 ultimates in reserve, they're going to feel more pressure to try to make something happen. But it's such a mind game because eUnited is clearly holding on to a lot themselves. Sharik comes in at the Primal Rage, and there's the EMP. But 1-2-3, they're healthier. The Transcendence comes off EMP or not, and he's able to get in on the tonic. He heals him back up, and this is a great opportunity for 1-2-3, or it would have been if Cruz didn't bring up the blade and slice up their backline. Did like to engage, though.
EMP is out, so that's something, but they did have to use both support ultimates. The EMP didn't even really affect the sound barrier that much because it came pretty late, as Denia will finally fall down there. They have a small window to go in, and I think you still go. Anytime that you know that EMP's not there, you go and you just hope.
Do you go without your Winston, though, at the end?
No, but you go with a tiny replay, apparently.
Well, the replay there, I mean, we were actually just looking at the dark void of space, which we are currently flying through on the planet Earth.
That's depressing. Just specks of dust on a rock flying through space.
We're very insignificant, Hex, and sometimes it's important that we remind people just how much that is the case.
Oh, I'm sure the viewers think that we're insignificant. That's fine. Valtaja is looking around. Valtaya actually looks around, trying to find something with Pulse Bomb. You don't necessarily have to save one. The only one that really matters in this fight is going to be the EMP from Boombox. He's going to wait for it. There's the EMP comes in. Valo wants to get in on this fight, comes back around. 2 down, fight's over.
Well, the fight is certainly over, and the bigger problem here, aside from Mistakes futilely going after Lucy on the top, is Cruz has been really good. If Cruz is getting 1 to 2 people every time, eUnited will hold this defense and stop 1-2-3 from even getting a tick. So on some level, 1-2-3, if they've been really focusing Volatalia and Boombox, now they have to consider, what do you do to stop Cruz?
My ultimate is charging.
It's difficult to stop Cruz. You don't necessarily have all the tools that you'd like to. A Genji v Genji can be one of the tools to use there. Your own Sombra maybe, but right now I think they just need to find a better strategy of how are you going to enter. I like going over the right side. Teams tend to go left and middle. I think right can be one of the most dominant.
I like thinking that Mistakes is just building up his power level right now by spamming Haya. There's like a hidden meter of Tracer Death meter that's going up, but in any case, 1-2-3, they do have a lot of ultimates at the reserve. They have to be careful of the EMP. And again, the question here is, can Bach play this EMP versus Transcendence game well? And they get Shriek early on. So now, they have a good incentive to just pop the Transcendence now before EMP comes in.
But they do end up taking down Boombox before the EMP can come down. They were able to take it. Cruz is going to have Blade ready to go. Not popping it just yet. There it comes.
No, the EMP was used, but the Transcendence was out in time. That's why they were able to stay alive there. And now Cruz brings out the Blade, trying to be the raid boss, the savior once more. And with that early kill, he's made things rough. 1-2-3, though, not Avid here just yet. They are still solidifying onto the point, getting key kills, and though they're bloodied a little bit, they're keeping eUnited back. This is a close fight, but one that 1-2-3 can still flip in their favor. It's just a matter of how the next few kills go down.
They get at least a tick, so that's something for them there. Boombox has switched off of the Sombra, and now he's going to put back onto his comfort hero of Zenyatta. Tonic down out of this fight, and Shriek, last second, pops primary to stay alive. For all effects and purposes, this one is over, as they've taken a couple of kills, and Shriek just batting people about.
Bach finding a new way to fly there is Zenyatta.
Unfortunate.
Got a little bit more airtime. Courtesy of Winston.
I mean, he already floats. Just gets a little boost. A little boost right there. The anti-grav tool is a beautiful stagger right here. As
oh, no.
This is extremely late.
She's getting booped and bopped around, and finally, death comes for her in the form of Cruz, who even gets a little bit more ult charge out of it. So, eUnited only gives up 1 tick and all of that melee, and 1-2-3, they don't really have time to get every ult back up here. They have 2 more pushes max.
Little under 90 seconds now, and so this is something I've seen before, which has worked out well for teams. You send a self-destruct over the right side, and you follow it in. You just let it be the blocker, the ambulance to clear traffic for you, and then you find good space. Actually, they haven't really had a problem with the entry. Pulse Bomb comes in, does not end up actually getting a kill there. Valo still being very annoying in the back line, and so far just the 1 tick. Time for the Visor.
Visor coming out here from Snillo, hoping for targets, but instead only finds defensive matrix and Cruz in his face. And yet, the distraction keeps 1-2-3 in this. They have 2 kills, but again, who's in the back line destroying everyone, Hex?
Cruz. Dash resets, more likely. It's something that 1-2-3 is going to have to address.
Well, the one thing is that 1-2-3, despite losing people in the back, they almost get a second tick here. This will count for progress if it is necessary as a tiebreaker, and yeah, they get up to 61% before getting thrown off. That could be important later on.
It very well could be. They're going to get kind of staggered out here. They need to just straight up retreat if they want one more push at this, and losing 2 that late is rough. Mistakes still in here messing about. Mistakes has killed Shriek about 15 times this game. It's been like the only kill that they've gotten consistently. Now the changes come in. Snillo's going to change. I think these changes are way too late. Getting staggered out here probably lost them their last push.
I would say so, but you have a Zenyatta coming in. Transcendence moving to the point. There it is, Lucio getting in over the top. But it might be all for naught. Just more target practice here for Volatalia. Still got to respect the efforts for last moment delay.
Yeah, but they needed to retreat further. I think teams are still getting used to the fact that defensive teams will leave beyond the archway, because teams used to never go up past the archway, and now teams will take fights out there. More fights are happening out there more often than not, so the retreat distance needs to be a little bit further. 61% after 1 point is all 1-2-3 will get on Temple of Anubis, united with a very clear path to victory.
United, all they have to do is simply go on the second, and they don't have to get 100% Hex. They just have to get 61.1, and that will be the end of it. But again, it's worth knowing that that extra sort of 2/3 of a tick that 1-2-3 was able to add on, sometimes that is the difference between winning and losing. It's just going to matter how the 1-2-3 defense comes out here. And I gotta say, even though he's teasing us with Bastion again and making my mind go crazy, probably not gonna happen.
Probably not. I mean, it's Bastion. Come on. Did you really have hopes that high? Bastion on Anubis?
I will take the 0.01% because it lets my mind dream and fantasize, Hex, and isn't that all it really counts for?
Deep thoughts with ZP. That's your full name when I call you your full name, ZP.
Thank you, James Bardolph. That's who you are now. That's the only other person who called me that.
Yeah, I know. Well, it could be worse. Could be worse things. You know, honestly, a Bastion here, when you really need to go pretty all in on first holds, would not be the worst of ideas. I've seen worse ideas. They're coming out right now with a May, of all things. He's out of spawn. Snillo is actually down there too, so they are going to be trying this strategy of really going all in on first point defense, and I like it. I really do.
Well, they have to try something. I don't think 1-2-3 really came out super strong on their assault defense earlier today to begin with, so... And in general, teams don't have great Anubis first point defenses. It's one of the weakest defensive points in the game. So if you want to go away from the tried and true and give the potential of having a bigger hold, I'm down for it. Although this is getting very gimmicky very quickly.
Well, they were the ones to check this with a Sonic Arrow before. It does not appear eUnited will be doing the same. So we've seen something like this in North America. It didn't work at all.
All right, hold your breath here. They're holding to the back. No one knows they're there. Where's the wall? There's the wall. It splits off half the team, and here they go. 1-2-3, looking to build a little bit of extra momentum here, and surprise! It's working out.
I like it. I like anything new. They get a couple of kills really quick. It's something that will work once, not again. Two people do fall, mostly being May. Oh, wow. That's like the core of this defense.
Counter surprise. It's not working at all.
May, Sombra, and Winston all fall. Mistakes still alive back here, but probably not for long. He will fall as well.
I don't think Mistakes was made there. I think he actually just died.
Boo.
Well, I applaud the effort, and it still might have bought them more time than the average point A defense, even if they do lose it here. And maybe it gave them some time to come back in. It's not technically over yet.
All right, now they're going to get 2 fights, perhaps. They do have Bach on the Sombra over here, and Lucio being electrocuted, the best sound in all of Overwatch, as Malu comes in, and that's going to be a wake-up pulse bomb. That's what I would have done. I always lay a pulse bomb in an ice block's feet.
There is one really big downside to the strategy, though, is that they basically fed in the beginning and then fed again, coming back in. What has this done to eUnited's momentum game here as they get to roll in and only need a little under 2 ticks?
The nice thing is they have EMP, so they didn't blow EMP into that strategy. I think the strategy is designed to see what happens, see what kind of scrappy nature happens, but essentially to get EMP out of it as well for the second point.
Well, it has to be on point because they gave Cruz the Dragon Blade for their first attack on second and the EMP, and if Boombox just uses a more aggressive Transcendence here, he can mitigate the early EMP, and Bach is in trouble. Bach is down. There is no EMP, and here comes eUnited off of the Sombra pick. The one thing that could not happen, the 1-2-3, did happen, and this could be a very quick assault on point B indeed.
The only kill so far for 1-2-3 is Boombox, but that is the kill that you want to get. The EMP will come out late as stall tactics try to come in. They will also sound barrier to try to bring this back. No kills off of either of those. A counter sound barrier now in for the offense.
The barrier only hits 3 in the offense, but it might be enough. They are still holding on to the pressure. They're trading out well, but the self-destruct comes in and gives some very valuable breathing room here, the 1-2-3, and Hex, there's still a possibility now with the Blizzard coming up that they could escape from this fiasco with no ticks done.
Yeah,
That'd be huge.
They should be completely fine here. The Blizzard's at least going to lock them out, and now it should start going back, but 4 kills come in for eUnited. Cruz is down as his dash resets yet again. Mistakes needs to hit this pulse bomb. Does connect with Boombox, but it is ticking so close. Contested now.
Just when you think it's going to be completely fine, Hex, it is absolutely completely not fine as eUnited backs out of the Blizzard, endures the cold, comes back in when it's a little bit sunnier, and now the pressure is back on anew. 1-2-3 without any tricks left in reserve this time around. Now they pray for the miracle. Can Mistakes get to the back line and get a kill that would let them bring it back in with the Helix Rocket? Absolutely not. eUnited coming back in style. They take the lead in this grand final.
Unfixed, unlocking the Soldier 76 achievement, kill 2 people with 1 Helix rocket. You probably had it unlocked, but if you didn't, right there is where it happens. I think 1-2-3 had to try something weird there, and they knew that. I think they knew they were outclassed on Assault overall, so I don't mind the really early strat. I like running the Mei there as well. They've shown some proficiency on Mei in previous maps, so I think it's still the right choices were made. Look, eUnited's very, very good on Assault. You have to try something different. You're not going to beat them straight up.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say as far as the adaptation goes. I was wondering if they should do it a little faster, 1-2-3 that is, on attack. At the very last push, they brought a Reaper, but they were, pounding into that second point multiple times and didn't really adapt until the very end. What are your thoughts on that there, ZP?
Well, I mean, in terms of their second attack, you don't get to call me that. I don't even think Hex gets to call me that. That was my special thing with James Bardolph, and you guys are ruining it. Seriously. No, but I mean, as far as the attacks went there, again, I did appreciate that 1-2-3 was trying multiple looks and moving in, but end of it, eUnited is very polished on Assault, and even with them trying that tricky defense, I applaud the attempt. Didn't quite work out.
Did not work out. I mean, I like seeing Mei. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but I mean, I also thought Snello played it well. I mean, they obviously had a cohesive strategy coming in with that. I also have to say they did a pretty good job of managing ultimate still. It really did just come down to being outclassed.
They just don't have the Sombra play that the other teams have. And granted, eUnited Sombra play isn't even at the level of Laser Kittens, but they just didn't have it.
Yeah, and Boombox, it's like, it may not be on the same level, but Boombox just tends to do pretty well in whatever he's doing, even if it's not the most polished, because Gray was just outstanding.
Right.
Boombox is going to make it look pretty good.
He's pretty good.
He knows how to play a video game. Well, that means eUnited has swung things in their favor. They're now 2-1 in this best of 7, right? Best
they
of
are
7.
2-1.
Yes, I'm getting this in that is indeed correct. No, it is a best of 7. And so they've got all the momentum coming into this next map, and it looks like Hollywood is going to be that map. We are going to see